Seeker. Welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so grateful that you've been led here, and I'm excited for you that you're answering the call to manifest more magic in your life by mastering the law of attraction. So cool. My name is Talia, and I'm committed to cutting the fluff and showing you exactly how to manifest more excitement, ease, success, abundance, confidence, love, and anything else you've been craving. So if you're ready to crack the code on manifestation, amplify your intuition, and play in the quantum, we are now besties. Let's do this. Hello, Seeker, and welcome back to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so glad you're here. Hello. My name is Talia Joy. If any of you are new here, yay. Welcome, my loves. How are you doing? In real time, we are between Christmas and New Year's and in the holiday season, but it's not quite over yet. How are you doing? I saw a post on Instagram the other day. I think it was the day after Christmas, and it said, checking in, welfare check to all the black sheep, how you holding up? And I just thought that was funny. The holidays can be a crazy time, right? A lot of us are seeing family, or we're really busy. If there's financial pressure or just overstimulation, overwhelm of all the plans, it can just be a really crazy time. So checking in, how are you? I personally survived. There was lots to share about. I'm going to do another episode about this. Exactly a year ago, I released, for any of you hardcore listeners, I released that episode where I was talking about that I was at a party. And at the party, I started right away entering the party being super awkward and anxious inside. And it was all these people. It was, family friends that were all like my parents' generation and all like super fancy. And there's appetizers and everyone's got their collared shirts. And I remember walking in going like, oh my God, I just felt so insecure and I felt so unsure of how I fit in. And I'm so like in my mind back then, I would say I'm so bad at small talk and I just hate like awkward conversation and please don't ask me what I do. And it was this whole anxious thing. So I had created an episode. If you want to go back to that, it was a year ago and it was called Holiday Breakthroughs or Breakdowns. I don't remember, but it was a really great episode because I realized I had a huge breakthrough through that incredibly awkward time. And I'd gone to my coach and I'm like, why am I so bad in social situations? Like, why am I so awkward? And why aren't I confident in who I am? And why aren't I the person that can just like make small talk and engage? And, why does it deplete me and all this stuff? And I had this huge breakthrough. And the breakthrough was around, you can go listen to that episode, but the breakthrough was around realizing that I was always looking at people like, who do I have to be to fit in here? Who do I have to be for you to approve of me? And that was like, again, the episode describes it better, but it was this huge realization of like, oh shit, it's not because I'm awkward in public. It's because I'm always looking for like, who do I need to be to fit in, basically. So anyway, fast forward a year, we had the same annual party and I rocked it. And I was thinking about how I didn't feel at all that weirdness, and I was hobnobbing and I was, chatting, and I'm still an empath and an introvert, so I had to take many breaks and take a deep breath and gather myself. But it felt easy. It felt ease-filled. People were singing, Christmassy stuff, and it was this crazy moment, and I'm sure you've had that in your life where you are in a situation that you go, holy crap, 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, I would have handled this completely different. And we get to have the opportunity to have a glimpse of how far we've come. I know you can relate to that. There's times with food and my weight or my body that like it brings me to tears. I can't even comprehend how far I've come and how grateful I am. And sometimes I can't even believe that I made it out of those times. So this was a little less dramatic, but I was still really reflecting on how far I've come. So that's a mini update. We'll talk about that. I'd like to talk about that reflection and kind of what has led to that dramatic change to be able to drop my shoulders and be authentic and be real and not be totally anxious and depleted, because it really has been a year of growth. Holy crap, you guys. A year of growth, a year of healing, a year of expansion, a year of deep owning who I am and sparking and flaming and, feeding the fire of the confidence that comes from spirit, the confidence that comes from simply, I am who I am. It's not what I'm doing. It's not how much money I'm making. It's not, if you understand me or not, or you approve of me or not, saying that to the people out in life. It's not about that. It's about me stepping into who the fuck I really am and really finding that power. That is magnetism. That is momentum. That is connection to spirit, yes, but it's more about just accessing that place where you can feel magnetic and enough and confident in exactly who you are right now before anything changes. And that's what this whole year has been a journey in. And it doesn't even always feel like confidence, but it's those layers of realizing how much we do to try to fit in here and to shove down our light there and to not be too outspoken and don't be too loud and don't be too, anything. I literally remember, some of you will remember, I've shared this before a long time ago, but I remember being it was probably about 8 or 9, and saying to one of my friends, okay, do people talk behind my back? And he was like, I don't really know. Like, we're so young, right? And I'm like, okay, so can you let me know at any time if people start saying like, oh, she's too this and she's too that? And I said these words to him as this little kid. I said, I don't want to be too much of anything to anyone. And I thought, I'm so wise, right? I'm so young and I'm so wise of, self-aware of how I come across. And it's like, yes, great, I was. But also from a very young age, I don't want to be too much of anything to anyone. So that shows up in my life now as this year I turned 40, and it's like I have this business, I have my own, my own self that I am coming into, and this movement I'm leading, and also myself as a mom, as a friend, as a wife, everything that I'm evolving into. I no longer care if I'm too much of something for someone. Like there's always more levels to unlock, but I can feel the freedom in like, if someone doesn't appreciate, understand, see, resonate with who I am, that's actually okay. And that's just more about vibration, right? And if someone really didn't like me, that's also okay. They are allowed their independent experience. And I understand that now. And over this year, that's allowed me to go and have camping trips with my family, who there's a lot of history and a lot of unease, a lot of story, like all the people that would have triggered me so deeply into feeling not enough or feeling neglected. And I had camping trips of ease and visits, and even over Christmas and stuff, where I walked away going like, that was good. Like, compared to crumbling into 1,000 pieces and fueling the rage and fueling the not enoughness and the stories, like I can see how much I've shifted in this year. And it's quite wild. So I didn't plan on going all into that. Thank you for listening. And I want you to know that everything that I've learned is always trickling into my work. It's always trickling into the podcast. If you've listened to this last year of podcasts, you've heard me share as I go along, share what I am doing. And if you want to learn the actual process, number 1 on the path is the subscription podcast. You can always find that below. That is literally the step-by-step, but also you get weekly assignments, deep dive episodes, meditations for healing and for manifestation. Everything, my signature work is over on the path. You can learn exactly what I've done, literally starting with the first episode, going through the process of what I have been embodying. Also, I have something really freaking exciting coming up in early February. We start February 6th. It is called Quantum Leap Your Life. And holy shit, I will be teaching everything I've learned, but also in the last couple months, as a result of all this hard work, it's actually a mix. It's been a result of all the hard work that has opened up my vibration, opened up my channel even more. But it's also been a combination of myself being really hungry for this life that I want. And when I get into, yes, gratitude for what I have every day, that acknowledgement, but also this hunger of like, let's collapse time, let's do it now. Through that hunger, plus being this more open channel than even a year before, I have been receiving in the last few, basically like 2 months, maybe even a little bit less, something that we are calling, me and Spirit, me and my team, the rapid embodiment technique. And I have been playing behind the scenes with quantum leaping even more. That was the beginning of this whole podcast. That's what I've been teaching for 5 or 6 years, but it has been downloaded into me way more. The embodiment aspect, the collapsing timelines, the being of it. I have been experimenting with physical tools and practices and having so much fun. I am like doubling my income behind the scenes. As I've shared recently, I've released a bit of weight, over 20 pounds now, from energetic work, not from physical dieting or something. It's been energetic work. I have come into all this harmony as I'm explaining over this last year, being able to spend time with my family and not hating on my body or getting down on myself. And also what we're talking about today, rapid alchemy, has been a huge part of it. So we are getting into today's topic. Thank you so much for listening to this long ass intro. But I do want to start sharing that as of starting February 6th, I am introducing you to the rapid alchemy technique, which is going to be taught in the Quantum Leap Your Life program. I'm making it affordable. It is 5 weeks. We are going to go deep into collapsing time, manifesting quickly, but understanding the mechanics of quantum manifestation, understanding the mindset, the rapid alchemy, as I'm talking about today, and the embodiment, and really getting into it, doing the thing. You are ready. I'm going to offer you so many tools, and it's only 5 weeks. We're going into a portal of rapid manifestation. So this truly is only for those who are ready. You either have done, self-work in the past or manifestation work, or you're at that point where you are so hungry and so willing to do the damn thing. Like, you know what your soul came here for, and you're tired of feeling held back or feeling like you're holding yourself back, feeling a bit frustrated on what to do. And you just want to be swept up into a portal of manifestation where I teach you quantum leaping, the her work embodied, and so much more. Join me in Quantum Leap Your Life. The link is below, either for registration or for the wait list. We are starting in early February. We go February 6th to March 5th. I will see you there. Okay. So today we are talking about rapid alchemy. And this is because in this technique that I've been downloading, channeling, but also practicing now behind the scenes for a little bit, rapid alchemy is such an important part of manifestation and of quantum leaping. So what I'm going to say first of all is, what exactly is rapid alchemy, or in what way do I mean that? So as you have heard in regular manifestation practices and, normal everyday teachings, the stuff, if you've read about manifestation or heard about it in any way, you know that your vibration is what manifests. So if you've ever seen the Hertz scale of vibration, it's that colorful rainbow colory chart. And at the bottom are the lowest emotions that vibrate the lowest in our cells. So going back to physics, everything's vibrating at different frequencies, right? Your laptop, the book, your phone, the trees, they're all, vibrating at different frequencies. As we know, what is solid is actually just a whole bunch of molecules vibrating together, or vibrating, in a clump or whatever. So we are vibrating at a certain level, and it's a Hertz level. That's the frequency of the vibration. So the emotions like shame and guilt and fear's actually not the lowest, but shame and guilt are the lowest vibrating emotions that we can feel. And then at the top is gratitude, bliss, joy, love, right? Unconditional love. So we have this whole scale, and depending on where you are, if you're frustrated, if you're annoyed, if you're completely neutral, if you're like slightly optimistic, or maybe you're having like the best day ever, that is literally where your cells vibrate at different frequencies depending on how you feel. So if someone came up to you with an instrument to measure your hertz, which there are those for, electricians physicians have those and stuff. If someone was to measure your hertz, if you were feeling shame, your cells would be vibrating at a lower frequency than if you were feeling gratitude or optimism or excitement, right? So what you put out is what you attract. Almost all the time, what we are wanting is higher vibration than where we are currently at. This is sort of manifestation 101. So when you want abundance, when you want freedom, when you want your own business, when you want to travel, you want a love, you want to heal, you want a healthy body, you want to win the lottery. When you want these things, that vibration of overflowing abundance, that vibration of like the perfect partner coming into your life, the dream home, that is higher vibration on the scale. Living that life, being in that frequency, receiving those blessings is a higher vibration than where you're currently at. If you want to know where you're currently at, look around at your life, not just the things you have, but the ways that you dominantly feel, the thoughts you dominantly have, the sort of average mood you're in, 1 to 10. That is basically where you're vibrating. And that's the law of attraction. It is not bias. It's not if you're a good or bad person. It's simply if you are putting out higher vibration, you are attracting back to you situations of high vibration. So this is where, some people slightly misunderstand, where almost like it bleeds into karma. Like if I do something bad to something bad's going to happen to me. Or if I call someone an asshole, then someone's going to call me an asshole. And it's not that straightforward. If you rip off an old lady, it doesn't mean an old lady's going to rip off you. But if you go putting out bad vibes, you attract nothing but the same crunchy energy coming back toward you. So when we want to manifest, it is a matter of vibration. It is a matter of raising your vibration. But why I've been doing this for so many years and why I have over 300 episodes on manifestation is because it's the whole area of what allows us to be high vibe. Because this is where I think some teachers do a disservice and they go, just be high vibe. Your high vibe challenge. You're going to feel good today and you're going to feel even better tomorrow and you're going to feel even better the next day. High vibes only, right? We're over that. That's like, I don't even know what that is. It's like 2016. High vibes only. We're not into that anymore. We realize we are humans. And when we have looping patterns, when we have not enoughness, when we have triggers, we need to actually learn how to handle them so that we can go back to feeling better. Because ultimately, I want you to feel high vibe. I want you to feel good all the time. But truly, we are human. So we get triggered, we get overstimulated, things come up where I'm like, oh my God, I'm not good at socializing and who am I and what is even happening here? Or big bills come in the mail. We have money concerns, safety concerns. It's real. So we can't bypass all of that and go high vibe only. So today, why we're talking about rapid alchemy is because the more time you spend out of high vibration, the more it messes with your momentum. So what you put out is what you receive. And if you're generally feeling quite good, say you've been feeling optimistic, maybe you've joined the Ready to Manifest Challenge starting January 1st, do it with us, 31 days. Maybe you're feeling good about yourself, you're feeling excited to start the challenge or something's going well in your life, and then you get triggered into something and you get pulled out of those good feelings, shoved into, oh my God, they did what? Or this makes me feel shitty, or they didn't even consider me, or oh my God, how am I going to pay this bill? Or, I didn't get the client, or whatever happens. Your mom says something happens that rips you out, and then you go on a spiral. This is just human, so I'm not attacking you. This is me too. And we go on a spiral of like whatever all of that means. And it takes us a while to come back to feeling good. That's the normal journey. However, rapid alchemy is the art of shortening that window. And in order to quantum leap, you have to have a toolbox of how you are going to rapidly alchemize the shit that comes up. So instead of pretending it's not going to come up, or instead of trying to get rid of the ego, we just need some tools. And like anything, at first, it takes a little bit of effort to reprogram. That's why even in the 31-day challenge, it's this incremental upgrade, because it takes some time of practicing. It's like, oh yeah, how am I going to alchemize this? And then it becomes second nature. And that's why this last year for me, has been so freaking powerful because I've been practicing this for a while and I have some pretty great momentum in this moment. So let's go back to momentum. When you're feeling high vibe, you're attracting more high vibe things. When you're feeling optimistic, excited, knowing your success is inevitable, focusing on the parts of your body that are vital and healthy instead of the parts that you don't like. When we get in that space, we are attracting great things. So when we get pulled out, that's when our momentum slows. So I want you to picture a train going down a track and imagine another train is maybe going the opposite direction, like toward it down the train. Okay, so both these trains are empty. For all you empaths, no one's gonna die. They're completely empty. It's in some totally random place where no one can get hurt. Okay, so we have two trains going down the track toward each other. One is going really fast and the other one is coming at a moderate speed toward it. As soon as they collide, the one that was going really fast is going to dramatically slow down because literally that other train is causing resistance, like physics resistance, not like, metaphoric resistance. It's causing physical resistance toward the momentum that the train had going. So this is what happens when we get intrusive thoughts, negative thoughts, fear thoughts, triggers. It is causing resistance and slowing down our momentum. It's like it comes and sideswipes us when we're feeling amazing. So let's talk about Rapid Alchemy more specifically, because I don't intend to make this episode very long, but it's really important as you get deeper into manifestation, as you really want to quantum leap. Quantum leaping, as I've said in these previous episodes, is about changing your life quickly. Collapsing timelines, which means instead of it taking you a year to get there, you're doing it a couple months. You're rapidly changing. You're changing fast. In order to truly do that, we have to shorten the window of our things that rip us out. And this is why doing some healing work really allowed me to move forward, because I just understood the tools. So that's what I'm going to be teaching you in Quantum Leap Your Life as well. There's a whole section, a whole week on Rapid Alchemy, because we have to gather the tools to meet the low vibes and alchemize them in a way that has us continue to move forward. So one example I've been giving in Manifestation Vortex in the last couple episodes, and then also the last one called Quantum Leap Your Life, I'm talking about how sometimes, say we're wanting to manifest money and a big bill comes. You can say to yourself in that moment, like, whoa, I just got sucked into fear. My nervous system started reacting. I felt my heart beating. Like, I acknowledged this fear. This whole reaction just came up, and that's okay. It's normal. I still know I'm manifesting money. And even though I got a bill today, I am still learning how to manifest. My success is still inevitable. I'm still moving forward. I will figure this out. Money is still coming my way. So in that moment, you went and took lack, and where you'd normally freak out if you're like me, and transformed it into a little bit of the healing work, which is the acknowledgement. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay to be worried about safety and security and money. It's okay. It's normal. It's human. I love you. We're doing a good job. Then we can slightly pivot into, we will figure this out. There must be a way. I'm willing to get resourceful. Spirit, help me to see how I can be resourceful and pay this bill. And then you shift incrementally into, even though I got this bill, I am still manifesting anyway. That is one of the most solid and simple ways to practice rapid alchemy, because you're literally taking something and also knowing that you are moving forward. So there's been times when I'm literally like, I'm really triggered by something, and I'll be saying to my husband, like, I just need to get this out. I know I'm still moving forward. I know I'm still healing, but right now this is really present for me. And I'll go blah about, whatever's going on, about the triggers of the day or the person that said this or the deep emotional thing. I still allow myself to be heard when I need it or to share when I need it, but I also am constantly saying, I know I'm still moving forward. I know that this is me just releasing it. I know that this is coming up for a reason, because I'm moving forward. I'm always reframing it into, how is this helping me to move forward? And when triggers come up, it is a It is such a helpful indicator and also an unseen opportunity for mad momentum. I know that sounds backwards. We're going to get really into that in Quantum Leap Your Life. We're going to talk about tests and assignments. And if you are part of On the Path, go to the training, the episode about tests and assignments for a deep dive so you understand that when we get tested, it is literally because we've asked for more. It's literally because our manifestations are on the way and the universe is trying to see where you're at. That's it. So it's either an opportunity for healing and compassion and maybe nurturing our inner child or tying it back to a wound that we go like, I have compassion for myself. Or it's an opportunity to go like, oh, there's the ego scared again. I see this, see the test. Today, I'm not going to believe it, right? Not today, Satan, as I've been saying, not today. I still choose to believe that I'm moving forward. So what? I did this thing and no one bought it. So what? That I have a bill and I have no idea how I'm going to pay it. I'm still going to figure this out. And I will tell you over this last year, I have been squozing. Even stuff, which it kind of breaks my ego to admit this, but there's even been times this year where money was, I don't say it because I'm human, right? But it's because I teach manifestation. My ego's like, you shouldn't have problems with anything. And my human's like, I'm still on a journey. But there have been times when there's been big expenses or there's investments that, there's payments coming out and money's really tight and times of feeling old twinges of actual scarcity and like, shit, how are we going to do all this? However, the entire time in this year, I've been so proud of the way that I've handled it because I've practiced this in the moment going, I see my fear. I feel my fear. I witness it. It is normal. It is okay. This is fear. Also, though, what do I know to be true? And this is like, because I've been teaching activated for years, I've been truly, truly practicing my own medicine. And now I know that like, even though this bill came, that's nothing to do with my mad success. Or just because there's a period of tight finances, it doesn't mean that within 2 months, 6 weeks, 1 week, a year, I could be in a completely different place. I just know it. So I don't fuck around anymore in the low vibes for longer than I need to. It's either an opportunity for healing or it's an opportunity to practice my magnetic, trust-filled mindset, and that's it. So I want to wrap up this episode, but what I really want to say is try to shorten the window of your triggers. So for you, you might also do things like breath work, nervous system work. We're going to do that in Quantum Leap Your Life. It's also in the challenge, the 31-day challenge, because it's all about manifestation too. Ready to manifest starting January 1st. I have a lot of nervous system stuff because we have to come back to center to regulate and practice that more. And then we're going to go into our life. We're going to be thrown out. We're going to check our bank or, traffic or something's delayed or we're late. And, we're going to get triggered. We're going to get pulled out. But how do you come home? So what I was saying is practicing shortening that window. If you do things like meditation, EFT, going out in nature, taking deep breaths or doing, formal breath work of some sort, doing yoga, journaling, alchemizing in some way, letting yourself cry or dance it out, things that you can do. That one is more alchemy, but the examples I was saying before is more about coming back to center and practicing shortening that window, practicing caring about how you feel and your mental well-being so much that you don't want to dwell in projecting the worst. You don't want to dwell in why it can't work. You don't want to dwell in why you're a failure anymore. Even if it's in one little area of your life or your whole life, you don't want to dwell in this isn't going to work or it's not for me or I'm so, disempowered, because you have the opportunity to change your life in any moment. And when you truly understand that and you truly get that in a mind level, and part of Quantum Leap Your Life, we're talking right away about the mindset of unlimited possibility, the nature of the universe, how this actually works. When you understand it like in your cells, when you remember that in your soul, you no longer want to fuck around in the weeds. You no longer want to fuel the story of why you're not good enough. Instead, it's an opportunity for healing. It's an opportunity for compassion so that you can come back to that confidence I was talking about in the beginning, the confidence in who you are. Unleash your sparkle, unleash your magnetism. So it's not about never being triggered, and it's not about being high vibe all the time. It's about shortening that window of when you feel funky, shortening that window, not letting your head spin out. Really rapidly alchemizing. So use that tool I said about, even though I fell into stress today, even though I catch myself getting worried about the hows or control or what I'm going to do, I still love and accept myself. I'm still moving forward, and creative solutions are right around the corner. That is rapid alchemy. If someone leaves you, like stands you up or lets you down and you feel crushed, as soon as you realize it, okay, there's a part of me that feels crushed when people let me down. I have compassion. I love that part of me. I give love to that part of me. And then parent that part of you or give them love. Like, it's okay, sweetie. I know you're feeling let down, and that's okay. And this has nothing to do with you. You are amazing. You are worthy of love. You're doing a great job. See, an opportunity for healing. So we don't avoid these low times, but we shorten the window by using our tools, by caring how we feel, by stepping into a new vibration. So if you are ready for this, and I'm going to not just, as I say, it's not in Quantum Leap Your Life, it's not just like, just get over it, just move through it. I'm offering deep tools because rapid alchemy is such a huge part of this. And I'm a real person. I've got abandonment issues. I used to have an eating disorder. I used to be addicted to numbing myself. I've had money problems. I'm a mom of 3, overstimulated. Like, I'm not sitting here in this cushy experience being like, be high vibe. I'm a real ass person who every day uses these tools, and also every day is moving forward. Even if it's messy AF, I am always moving forward. Every year I'm expanding, I'm becoming more confident, I'm healing, I'm making more money, I'm standing tall in who I am because I do this work. So in this program, I know you're ready for it because I will also be delivering to you the tools to navigate when you get sticky, and you will have that support to practice for 5 weeks, the energetics, the embodiment, the mechanics of rapid alchemy and quantum manifestation. So again, for the sake of this episode, shorten that window, use your tools. If nothing else, you're starting to freak out, just take off your shoes, go outside, put your feet on the earth, come back to center, come back to well-being, and know that you're doing a great job. And again, if you want more support, I highly recommend the 31-day challenge or Quantum Leap Your Life. Both. The 31-day challenge is like, if someone said, what are all your best tools for quantum manifesting and living the most amazing life? I'd be like, here's 31 of them every day, broken down in 20 minutes or less with the meditations and the prompts and everything you need. So if you're into that, join the challenge. I can't wait to see you. We're in January all together. And then that is leading into Quantum Leap Your Life. And imagine by February, by March, by April, where you're going to be. It gives me goosebumps. I'm so excited. Let's rise together. I love you so much. I will see you in the next episode. You're doing such a great job. Hey, thank you for listening to this episode. It truly means a lot, and I really, really hope that it served you. I invite you to check out the show notes. There's all sorts of action down there, including the Awakening Her daily practice, which is a beautiful daily practice to process your emotions and manifest what it is that you want. In the show notes, you'll also find the Awakening Her Manifesting Apparel store, how to reach me on Instagram and Facebook, as well as some one-to-one opportunities. So make sure to check that out, and I'll see you in the next episode.